Hello Roshmere and welcome to Mr Neary's challenge of the day. Now today's challenge is all going to be about understanding two things. Number one, what speed control is, which is written on the board behind me. And number two, why speed control is so important. Now speed control is usually used in athletics when you see the people on the track running around, okay? And there are lots of different examples of that. You've got 100 meters, which is a shorter distance race, and then you go all the way up to 10,000 meters, which is a very, very long distance race. It takes a lot more time, a lot more energy, and there is a lot longer distance to run. Now, behind me, you will see I have separated them into 5 different categories. We've got, for running purposes, we've got a slow movement, moving to number 2, which is a jog, number 3, which is a run, number 4, which is fast, and number 5, which is sprinting. Now, of course, sprinting is the fastest you can possibly run, and then as we get lower in the numbers, then it means that we get slower and slower. Now, the reason why it's so important to be able to control all of those things is because if you're in a running race and you start by sprinting, then it means that you are looking at being very, very tired within around 30 seconds. Okay? So it means that you won't last very long in that race. In comparison to, if you was to be running more towards number 1, you might not get tired for something like 5 minutes. So if you were running a 100-meter race, then it means that you might run at level 5, which is sprint, because it's going to take you a lot less time. If you were running 10,000 meters, you might have to run more towards number 1, which is super slow. Okay? And then all of the ones in between are there to try and really bump up and get faster as we go along towards the end of the race. You don't want to use all of your energy here, because at the end of the race, you're going to want to work up towards number 5. Okay? Now, to get a better understanding of what this is all about, what I'm going to ask you to do is, parents, for 1 minute, you're going to time your children for 1 minute, and I want you to be calling out number 1, and they've got to do that for around 10 or 12 seconds. Number 2, they then got to jog on the spot for 10 or 12 seconds. Number 3, I want them then to speed up a little bit more and run on the spot for 10 or 12 seconds. 4, which means get faster than a run. And then, of course, for the last 10 or 12 seconds, number 5, which is sprinting on the spot. Now, on the spot means you don't have to move, so you can do this indoors, because I know the weather isn't brilliant. So it means that you can do this activity indoors. But it's understanding and practicing the difference between the speeds that we can run at, and therefore, we've got speed control. So we know why it's important. We can see the different levels. You're going to have a practice on your own indoors. And it means I would like you to try and write down this example in your resource books, okay? And think about how long you could run for at those different levels. Okay, brilliant. Enjoy that. I hope that you understood. I hope it's nice and clear, and I look forward to seeing you soon.